When we look at the downtown condo market, what's happening? It's a 9% sales to active ratio across the board downtown, with Cole Harbour and Yellowtown sitting at 6%. So that's firmly in a buyer's market. If you look at the left, you'll often see certain price bands that are in a seller's market versus a buyer's market, but there's no band higher than 18% downtown right now. So everything across the board is in a buyer's market. It is a strong time to be a buyer downtown Vancouver right now. Looking at the West Side Detached Market, again, 5% sales to active ratio across the board. It is very slow on the west side of Vancouver. There's no price band above 20%. Again, firmly in a buyer's market in the west side of Vancouver. The West Side Condo Market, again, 10%, which is a buyer's market. However, if you look at the price band above below $700,000, that is actually a seller's market. And we're seeing Fairview, Kitts, and Point Grey perform quite well in this market. East Van Detached Market down at 7% sales to active ratio. What's interesting is there was only 34 sales in the month of January. Looking back at December, there were 51 sales. So more sales in December compared to January, not a great sign. At the price bands, again, no sales to active ratio over 17%. So a buyer's market across the board on the east side of Vancouver Detached Market. Vancouver East Side Condo Market, the two standouts are Knight and Main. Those two areas are doing quite well. They actually are in a seller's market. Everything else, buyer's market across the board. Overall, 12% sales to active ratio for condos on the east side of Vancouver. North Vancouver Detached Market, again, normally quite a resilient market, a market that's been outperforming the other markets over the last 3-4 years, firmly in a buyer's market at 13%, and there were only 31 sales across North Vancouver in the month of January. Couple price bands that are in seller's market, basically anything under 2.25 is a seller's market right now. However, everything else firmly in a buyer's market. North Vancouver condos, 14%. That's a buyer's market. The one outlier here is Lynn Valley. Lynn Valley is sitting at a 27% sales to active ratio, so sellers are winning in Lynn Valley right now. The other price band we're seeing activity is $800,000 to $900,000. Really, those two-bedroom condos under $900,000 are in a seller's market right now. And lastly, West Vancouver, slowest of them all, 4% sales to active ratio, 388 listings and only 15 sales last month. No real areas, price bands that are really standing out or have enough sales to show enough data to justify any changes to that. So West Vancouver, it's been this way for a few years now, slowest market. And that is it.